Hey guys! So we just talked about energy. Now I want to talk about effort. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about this formula. So I think it was last month in the membership group in Onward and Upward that I brought forward this, what were we talking about last month? Confidence. And the way that you have confidence is that you understand, if I'm doing this thing, then I know what I'm going to get, right? It's basically confidence in a result, confidence in the way the world works. It's not just like, I'm the best. That's not really a very stable form of confidence, and we talked a lot about that as well. But confidence in your understanding of the way that the world works and that the world does work a certain way. And we talked about this formula. So energy plus effort plus environment equals result. That's how it works. If you plug things in there, you know what you're going to get. So first of all, know the result that you want. Don't go blindly into effort. Don't go blindly into, trying to make things happen, but you kind of only know, a little bit what you want, right? You have to know the result. You have to know what kind of house you want to build and have some blueprints and stuff before you start building it, or else you might end up with a 1970s ranch. And what you really wanted was, an English cottage, right? So getting specific on the result, but once you know the specific result that you want, okay, you can look at, here I am now, here's my starting line. What energy shifts do I need to make? What changes do I need to make in my effort? And what shifts in my environment do I need to make to get me this result, right? Clearly what's happening right now, I haven't gotten the result. So what am I going to adjust to add together that are going to equal this result that I want? And that's really intentional manifestation. It's being intentional about creating the life you want rather than just letting it all happen, right? Because you are manifesting whether you want to or not. Things are happening, and it's based on the energy, the effort, and the environment. And then you just get something. But hey, let's be intentional about it. So we use this formula, and I just talked about energy. And so okay, so I get to make choices about the type of energy that I put into the actions that I take. Am I believing that this can happen? Am I believing I can get the result? Am I believing that I have the ability to? Am I positive about it? Am I a negative Nancy? Am I fearful? Am I confident, right? All of that energy, the thoughts that you have, the emotions that you have, all of that stuff, okay, is going to either help you to get to the result you want or hinder you. Then effort. Okay, effort does not have to be hard. And I use the word effort versus action just because it's an E, so it fits, it sounds nice. But really, 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 there are a ton of us who are type A, driven, business-minded, really want to create a good life people who think, okay, so that means I got to work really hard and I got to hate it and do it anyway. No, you don't. And if you hate it and do it anyway, you're likely keeping yourself from getting the result. You're likely blocking yourself, making it take longer. Effort simply means that based on this energy that I have, I'm taking actions that I believe will bring me to this result, right? So I start with this energy and I put it in a direction. I focus it towards something. And so if I'm focusing it towards something that I want, why would it feel bad, right? And if I do start to feel bad, then that is actually my body, my mind, my emotions telling me, hey, we've gotten off track. We're not headed in the right direction, right? So when I feel like crap about something that I'm doing, I either need to adjust my energy, adjust my attitude, or this means that I'm taking an action that's not going to get me where I want to go. It's maybe going to get me to where somebody thinks that I should go, but it's not going to get me to where I want to go. So the concept that any effort that you take needs to be towards a result and needs to be with energy that's going to boost its momentum towards that result, rather than just any old action will do, and rather than just, I hate this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You can get there, but it is gonna take a lot longer. So the idea that if we add energy to effort, okay, we should get inspired action. We shouldn't get something that feels like drudgery, something that feels terrible. That really knowing that you're headed in the right direction feels joyful, okay? Then environment. So if we have our energy and it's headed out into the world, okay, and we're wanting to create something, we're wanting to manifest something, we're wanting to get a result, then it is going to have to interact with all of these other energies coming from other people, from our environment, from like the internet, right? The EMFs of the internet, the electromagnetic frequencies, and all of the people on the internet that we're interacting with. And so anything that we put out into the world is bouncing off of other energy, and that's the environment. And we can't always totally adjust that environment, right? Like, so I live in New York. If there was something I wanted to do that just couldn't be done in New York, well, that would be a giant thing for me to move, right? What if, I want to have a kid, but I'm not married, that sort of a thing, right? Like, okay, so somehow there's like a big thing that's not me that's standing in my way of the thing that I want. Or, I want a new car, and yet I'm $10,000 in debt, right? So I'm in an environment of needing to dig out of a hole before I can get this car. There's some things that are massive and that feel uncontrollable from the outside, but there are a lot of things that are totally controllable that we take for granted, that we don't do anything about. So community, I'm so big on control the people around you. I have lived on both sides of this. I have had terrible, terrible people around me, and I have had fantastic people around me. And the person that I am is 100% affected by that. There's no way to not be affected by that. So the people that are around you, the space that you're in, do you love the space that you're in? If you don't love the space that you're in, maybe you're not in a mansion, but what can you do to make the space that you're in feel better, right? I mean, and this can be as simple as diffusing essential oils, getting some pink Himalayan sea salt. I got 2 salt lamps going around here, and I got another chunk of salt right there. The colors that make you feel good, organization, right? A comfortable chair, good music. If you're trying to get work done, then create an environment in which that can be done. If you're trying to have kids that are calm, create an environment that makes them want to be calm, right? So there's so many things about our lives in the areas of energy, effort, and environment that we have absolute control over. And we have to have our awareness, as we talked about in the letter A, have our awareness, have our focus around these things that we can control, rather than thinking, well, I can't control where I live, or I can't control, these people and the way they treat me, or I can't control whatever. There are so many things that you can control. If you own that, oh my goodness, you will make such strides in whatever the goal is that you have for yourself. If you own what you can shift, then you're going the extra mile. You're doing so much more than everybody else is. And it's not that hard, right? It's just day by day, what can I change in my energy, my effort, and my environment to get this result that I want? If you were to use that formula, if you were to just take that and run with it and just do that for the rest of your life, it would make a huge difference. So I offer that to you as my gift for the day. Energy, effort, environment equals result. And then I'm going to come back later, probably tomorrow, and we'll talk about the last E. All right? So I'll see you then. Bye.